What's up, guys? My name is 1Anime, and apparently a time-traveling mangaka is the most popular anime this season. So I am going to be talking about this anime,僕だけがいない街. However you say it, this anime starts off with a failing mangaka who really can't support himself off manga, and we kind of get it. It's implied that this man really kind of lost his job as a manga. Symbolism of him tearing up his manga, which is kind of very depressing. So it has a very slow and depressing start to it, getting me thinking like, okay, alright. We find out, we skip a little bit, he works at this pizza restaurant called Osai Pizza. I love these generic pizza names. Totally very original. Then he has this little coworker that seems to really like him, and I think she's really cute, kawaii. I don't know. I just like her. I think she's cute. And then we have him working at a pizza shop, which is hilarious. I mean, he goes from being this mangaka to working at now a pizza shop. Like, as this episode is starting, we are getting this slow pace a little bit. It picks up right after that, really quickly right after that. We get this quick incident where he repeats himself, and we find out it's this thing called revival, where he goes into this state of essentially like time traveling, going back in time, which is kind of a cool concept. Something I don't think I've really seen. Yes, we have had things like Dio with time freezing, but an original concept which I feel is very rare in anime, which personally, this is awesome that this isn't original sort of idea. It's cool that this man, he has to save people from dying, but he doesn't seem to really want to do it. We later go into the episode and he gets hit by that truck while saving that boy. Then we're introduced to his mom later in the episode. She seems a very, I don't know how to put it, less caring, very alcoholic a little bit. Okay. And then we go on and she mentions something about some serial mass murderer who our main character, Satoru, used to hang out with. That's not at all the least bit creepy. We go on later into the episode and we find out Satoru, he kind of figures it out a little bit on his own, like, oh, wow, okay. He doesn't seem to remember it for some reason. The incident where the kidnappings happened and his friend Yuki, the mass murderer, would kidnap people, and then he seems to have to remember it again. And it's very confusing, this end of this episode. I get extremely confused because then we get the mother trying to figure out this case, saying it was a cold case actually. The case was never actually solved, even though he was jailed for it. And then we have Satoru saying it wasn't Yuki's fault, it was someone else's fault, and that a girl in his 5th grade class went missing in 1988. Now, what is all this information? How is it connected? And I feel like as we go through this anime this season, we'll find out all of this information. And it's very much like a detective story, sort of like the Law and Order, you could say, of like anime, or like a Final Destination sort of anime, which I think is I just love this original concept on this episode. We get to the end of the episode and we find out that his mom is going to tell him what really happened 18 years ago, and that after 18 years, time has passed and it's time to tell him the truth. And after all that, after finding out all this stuff, she is suddenly killed by this man, and like, legit, I feel like there's a bit of a plot hole here right in the first episode. If someone dies and he's right there, why didn't he just go back in time and try and stop the death? I'm just gonna go along with it. Maybe there's limits to how many times he can go back in time, or maybe there's some sort of restriction to his time travel in general. Did you guys think it was a little bit weird at the end of the episode where he's now a 5th grader again? Hopefully this keeps up this kind of like scary, intimidating pace, and especially seeing blood in this episode, it got me very interested, and I like that it did show blood in this episode where the mother actually did have died, which is kind of depressing a little bit. Either way, guys, isn't it kind of odd how the police quickly show up to go see him? Isn't it very quick how they show up? I don't know, I just felt like the police showed up very quickly to go see Satoru and just go and arrest him that quickly, and then how he's quickly blamed. Maybe it's just to progress the plot, get it moving quickly, just to get the plot moving quickly. I don't know, I just felt like that was very quick, maybe a little plot hole again. Peace out, guys.